It's definitely huge for us in our program.
So Isaiah, I have to ask, when you see number 6 come in, does your mindset just change? Do you just become a different player out there?
I mean, we have to be ready for like whatever quarterback comes in and all, but I definitely love having Jake in there, and then have been waiting for him and pushing for him to be healthy and be back out there because we definitely have a lot of chemistry, and I feel like he knows the offense very well and trusts his receivers, and he does a great job of giving the ball to us and letting us make plays.
Was it a similar vibe, kind of that Nevada game where you also had your other big breakout this year?
Yeah, it kind of felt like that, and it felt like that for the whole team, kind of, because I felt like he was distributing it very well, and a lot of people were making plays. I didn't feel like it was just me or Timmy out there. Jamar was making plays, and Trevon had some big catches. It felt good as a whole team out there.
Where did you develop that chemistry with Jake? Because it's not like you guys played in a lot of games together.
Just a lot of time after practice, and even just conversations during it and stuff. But anytime he's been healthy after practice, has always been just working on fade routes and slants and everything, and just timing on anything that we missed during practice.
That first touchdown reception you had, the one-handed grab in the corner of the end zone. Go through that for us. And how often do you try to make a one-handed catch?
It was funny because we were just kind of talking about this, but. There was a couple weeks back where me, Isaiah Smalls, and Trevon and Bradford kind of just were working on that, and with the quarterbacks and with Connor and everything. We were just working on, deep, like one-hand passes in the corner of the end zone and everything like that. And we would always say, like, it's going to happen for, like, one of us this year that's going to, like, come into play because, like, it's just become more of a thing at this day and age. It's just like reaching out for one, and if the ball's too far, getting more extension with that one hand, and that was a big play. It was definitely tiring, after the 17-play drive, and it was 4th and 2, and they called a RPO and tagged it with a fade, and Jay kind of looked at me, so I kind of knew the ball was coming to me after that, so I just had to run my route and go get it.
Not to dig too deep into the past, Isaiah, but as a team, what can a win like this kind of do to kind of erase the ghost of past, get the streak off, get that losing streak done, win a Pac-12 game, and kind of move forward clean, with Jonathan Smith?
I think this game was just huge to figure out how to win as a team, and I feel like a lot of times this season, even last season, has been a lot of games where we've been very close at halftime, very close in the third and fourth quarter, but we just couldn't finish, and we didn't figure out how to win. And I feel like this is big because we finally clicked as a full team and figured out how to win on the road with all odds against us, down 31-3 to a 5-2 Colorado team, and a very good team, so well-coached team. So I feel like that was big for us, and it gave us a lot of momentum. So now that we kind of know how to win and know what it takes, that we kind of have to build off that and work even harder because we know our schedule's not going to get any easier.
Having a win like that, does that change your confidence in practice and preparing for USC?
Yeah, it definitely does, and I feel like it kind of shifts it for the whole team, and you can kind of tell, out there in practice, people have a little bit more pep in their step, and a little bit more energy, and a little bit more confidence, knowing now that like we've known that we can play with these people and that we can beat them, but actually seeing us do it now, it gives a lot more confidence to the whole team.
How much of a difference does it make when you have Jake out there? It's someone who's kind of comfortable throwing into tight windows like that. For you as receivers, not feeling like you have to be completely wide open for you guys to get a look.
I definitely love that, and I mean, I've always told him that since the beginning of time that even if we don't look open, just give us a chance and let us make you right sometimes. And I feel like he does a great job of that, especially in the red zone. If all hell is breaking loose or something, he just gives us a chance at the end of the day. So that's definitely what I like about him.
What went so well in that Colorado game where you guys just shredded their DBs in the second half?
Yeah, I mean, we were doing it kind of in the first half too, but it was harder to see just because, like, with all the sacks and penalties and everything like that. And we went into halftime knowing, like, that's what made the wideouts more frustrated, that we knew that, we were beating them on a lot of routes and that, we were capable of doing that in the first half, but it just, like, wasn't working out that way. So, we kind of came out with the second half a little bit more fire and energy of, like, okay, let's really kicking into gear now, and, like, let's really show them, and it worked out like that.
What about USC this week? What are your thoughts about this game following up a win?
This is a huge week. I always grew up being a huge USC fan and loving USC, and Reggie Bush and everyone who went there and stuff like that. And USC is always like a very important week for me, and I take it a little bit more seriously, even though I take every week serious, but USC is just kind of a little bit more of a chip on my shoulder and a little bit of an edge, and I'm looking forward to the matchups. I think they have great corners and a lot of talent on the defense, and even though their record doesn't necessarily show that the whole time, I feel like their defense has been playing good. So I feel like it's going to be a great challenge. You have their best against our best, and it's going to be playmakers on playmakers, and it's time for the lights to be on us and go shine again.
You guys have had so much success on fourth down. How fun is it to go for fourth down? And Brian was saying, like, sometimes Coach Smith tells him, hey, even on first down, maybe we're going to go forward, 4 downs here. How much confidence do you guys have on fourth down right now?
I love going for fourth down, and even times when it was, I think, 17-31, and Coach chose to kick the field goal. I even walked off the field kind of frustrated, like, man, let us go for it. Like, we always get it. And fourth down is really fun because it's kind of like a momentum down too. Because when you're on defense and you get that third down stop, like you think it's over, and then you're like, oh, like they're coming back out here for fourth. But on offense, like you don't get third, and you're like, oh, we get one more chance. And it's kind of just like a momentum thing like that. And I feel like we've done really good at it this year, and Coach trusts us a lot for that, so we've just continued to earn his trust on those plays.
Does that help, like maybe on a third down, knowing you don't have to pick up the whole thing, maybe go for that? If it's 10, you get 7, you have an opportunity.
Yeah, we can kind of tell with the play calls too. On like third down, if he does like a certain play call that maybe like we don't agree with, like why is he running, or like why is it like a quick pass or something like that, and we'll be like, oh, like he's probably going for it on fourth down. So we kind of figure that out, and we kind of kick that into our heads early.
Do you see the defense maybe get down a little bit when you pick up some of those fourth downs, give you a little advantage on first down?
Yeah, that's definitely just degrading for the defense, and I know they hate. I know even in practice our defense hates it. When they give up a fourth down or something like that, and then we go tempo the next play, and then everyone just starts to get tired. So we like going to fourth down and pushing it.
We see Jonathan pretty much as unemotional a lot of the time. What was he like in the locker room right afterwards?
He was excited, and I feel like the whole team was excited. And I don't even think he gave us like a post game speech or anything. He was kind of just celebrating with us and jumping up and down and having fun. So that was cool to see, for him to get his first Pac-12 win like that.
Have you ever seen him anything close to that?
He tried to stay cool, but he was cracking a little bit, so it was cool.
Isaiah, thanks, man.
Thanks, Isaiah.